Greetings, guys. Good morning. Welcome from Minsk. It's the 31st of December, 2021. It's out with the old, in with the new. Happy New Year to each and every single one of you guys. Now, I've never done anything like this before, so I'm going to have a 2021 year in review. And boy, what a year that was indeed. 2021 brought us Sleepy Joe, the Russia-Ukraine standoff, sanctions, refugees, and of course, madness, the hysteria of the Mexican beer, which has caused a lot of stress and hassle for a lot of people around the world. But for me, it's been both a traumatic, dramatic, and a good year for myself. And indeed, negative side of this year, well, and of course, I haven't been able to go back home. But the positive sides, I've explored Belarus. I've gone to a lot of new, different places, met some great people, made some really cool friends along the way as well. So guys, let's have a bit of a personal rewind down towards memory lane. Let's go. The year started off with a trip to Smorgon in northwestern Belarus. While the whole of Europe went complete on lockdown, I created a huge scandal by going to a nighttime cafe and having a drink and having a beer. And it was also there in Smorgon where I retraced the steps of the great composer Mikhail Oginsky. In February, I teamed up with Anfisa Kalikova, a local vlogger, and we went on the club crawls to beat all club crawls. Yeah, we visited a lot of places. I got drunk. Jesus, what a night that was. March, we had Paddy's Day, of course. You know, I can't go home. So we celebrated Paddy's Day, went to a couple of bars, ended up in Clever Pub, knocked back a few pints, wore the green. Then April, it was, of course, the Minsk Derby. That was the game between Dynamo and FK Minsk. What a game that was. Finished 4-1. Met up with football scout Cesare Marchetti from Scotland. We had a good evening. A lot of goals, action, and for 0 kopecks. And then May hit. What a month this was. We had Ryanair, sanctions, but I went on a trip to Polotsk, to the ecclesiastical capital of Belarus. Also on my trip there, I went to the Polotsky Pivo factory. This is the Polotsk beer factory, where I went hunting for the exclusive source of that famous beer. And I tell you, it was well worth it indeed. And then June, that was the beginning of the mammoth Belarus trip. So we started off, went to Grodno, and I teamed up with Alexei Yakubovich, the moose from Belarus, where we went fishing. I caught some fish, and I managed to stay in the worst hotel in Belarus. Yeah, that's the Hotel Amiga. Then went on a journey, took the train right across to the Mogilov Oblast, went to Dobrush, went to the famous Dobrush porcelain factory. And from there then, went on a trip to Khrushchev and went straight to the Potemkin Palace. Yeah, excellent trip. And of course to Mogilov, food and drink, Mogilov. Went to the most Soviet of all Stalovias and even got to drink some kvass in the street. Weather, of course, was absolutely fantastic. Came July, weather was too hot. Thunderstorms, plus 40 degrees Celsius. I wasn't going out in that. And then we had August. I would trace my steps back to Slutsk, where I met with Alina Harasova, and she showed me a bit of her town. We went to some interesting places, and we even met Valik, an ex-prison con, with a very, very interesting story he had. And then, lo and behold, September. September, on the advice of my great friend Sven Gerst, yeah, that's him with Francis Fukuyama, I went to Baranovichi on a journey to hunt for the elusive Lodochka. And I wasn't let down at all whatsoever. Also there, even got to take in some trains. That's also what Baranovichi is famous for. And then finally, to round it off in December, I, with Natalia Dubrovskaya, we went to the Belarusian side of the Chernobyl zone, where we explored a number of villages that were abandoned in the aftermath of the April 1986 disaster. Of course, very excellent trip. Check out the video. It's put the links in below there. Okay. So anyway, that is 2021 in review. What a year that was. It was an absolutely epic year. Awesome adventures. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to 2022. Now, what does 2022 have in store for us and for the channel as a whole? Well, there's not much left of Belarus that I need to explore. More or less, if I do a solid 2 to 3 months, that'll be Belarus completely covered. However, next summer, I'm going to take 5 to 6 weeks off, and I'm going to go to Yugoslavia. Yes, into the Balkans, the land of the South Slavs. So it'll be the first time that this channel will go outside of Belarus, and it's going to be quite a big and interesting and challenging journey for me, because this journey will take a lot of planning. You know, because I'm doing the 6 republics of Yugoslavia. I'm going to start up in Slovenia, go down through Croatia to Bosnia, back to the coast down towards Split, and then into Montenegro, take the train from Bar to Niš down to into Macedonia, and then going to finish off my journey in the granddaddy of them all, and that is in Serbia. So that's going to be an epic trip. I'm really looking forward to that next year. So guys, that is it from the Irish Partisan for 2021. Let's keep the fingers crossed, and let's ensure that we're all around here this time next year for the 2022 reviews. So let's ensure that next year will be an epic year for each and every single one of you. So from me, it's Happy New Year. Happy, peaceful, and prosperous New Year from me to all my subscribers. See you then. Bye-bye.